Hi everybody, my name is Gary from the TN Trails podcast. I have been dreaming about a trail version of the New Balance 1080 version 13, but so far nothing has quite achieved that cushioned, responsive, delicious ride. But then the New Balance Hierro version 8 turned up. Are these the ones? Is this the shoe that's going to be kind to my body as I rack up those weekly miles? Before we get into the review, I'd like to thank Vela Forte for supporting this upload. Loads of miles are covered during the week, so it is awesome to have a delicious tasting protein to help me recover. UK residents can enjoy 25%, that is right, 25% off their first order over at Vela Forte with the code T&T-25, that is T&T-25, and don't forget patrons can enjoy 25% off all their orders. The Hierro version 8, it's going to set you back £140 over at New Balance and at sportshoes.com. Don't forget patrons can enjoy 10% off over at Sport Shoes, but New Balance will stock a wider range of sizes. So like me, if you've got really small feet, head over to New Balance. You know what, I don't think £140 is too bad for a pair of shoes these days, but yeah, £140, there might be some compromises. On the scales, my UK 6.5 are coming in at 261 grams each. Not the lightest, 100% not the heaviest. And I've got to say, when I'm running around, I don't really notice that 261 grams at all. Totally fine, no dramas whatsoever with the weight. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty, and as always, we're gonna go from the ground up. I'm impressed New Balance didn't scrimp with the outsole. It's always reassuring and great to see that vibrant branding on there. Also, the outsole is wearing well. Now, I've done a lot of miles in these, and there is hardly any wear at all. Lug depth, yeah, it does vary. I'm measuring from 3.5 millimeters to 4.5 millimeters. 4.5 for me, that is great. You know, if you look at some of the super shoes, for example, I know this is not a super shoe before you comment below, but yeah, they do max out at 3.5 millimeters. And personally, I don't think that's versatile, especially for UK trails. So yeah, I'm really pleased to see 4.5 millimeters on these. That is a real sweet spot for me, and I'm happy to report no dramas. I've run on hard-packed trails, technical trails, grassy fells, always a healthy supply of rain up north in England, just to add that bit of jeopardy to your running. Yeah, a real mix, and it's done a grand job. Fair enough, you know, if it is muddy, then 4.5 millimeter lugs will struggle. But all in all, a big thumbs up for the outsole. Moving on up to the midsole, Fresh Foam X. So if you're a fan of the 1080 version 13, New Balance's road shoe, and you're running on the trails, there's a good chance you're going to enjoy this shoe too. And yeah, no complaints. The Fresh Foam X midsole delivers incredible comfort. I think, for me, very subjective, very personal, I appreciate that, but Fresh Foam X, yeah, it's up there with the best. 32 millimeters at the heel and 24 millimeters all the way down there at the front, so that gives you an 8 millimeter drop. Now, I'm a midfoot striker unless I'm super tired at the end of the race, and then yeah, I will strike with any part of my foot possible, but fundamentally this geometry works really well for me. Also, I think 32 millimeters at the heel combined with that Fresh Foam X, that should serve you well even if you are a heel striker. Good level of flexibility, which I love in a trail shoe. Yeah, just a lovely comfortable ride for big long days out on the trails, but it's not too soft. You know, I do not feel I am running with pillows attached to my feet, so you can still feel those trails. And also the midsole responds well, just like the 1080 version 13. If you decide you want to pick up the pace, you're going to get no complaints at all from me with this midsole. So far, my goodness me, this is looking good. Moving on up to the upper and the fit, sizes up well. It's worth mentioning that you can buy these in a standard and a wide fit, pretty similar to a lot of other New Balance shoes. So that's a really good feature from New Balance. These are a standard UK 6.5, and the length is consistent compared with other shoes that I run in. Also, like I said, these are a standard shoe, but I do have small but wide feet, and the fit is totally fine. Let's got a good snug fit. The heel cup offers a snug and stable fit. The heel and around the ankle is nicely padded too. No rubbing at all or heel slippage to report. You've got a finger pull at the back. Personally, I never ever use these, but it is a good feature if you do. The tongue has a generous amount of padding, so no issues with comfort across the top of the shoe. The tongue isn't gusseted though, which is a bit of a bummer. And New Balance, if you're watching, please, when you do version 9, yeah, just a little update there. Put a gusset in that tongue. But so far, no problem with the tongue in terms of sideways movement or debris getting into the shoe. It's always a good sign when you've done a big day out on the trails and you're not screaming to take the shoes off your feet. Now, I've done 4, 5, 6 hour days running with these, and yeah, no issues whatsoever. Loads of comfort, and it does feel secure too around the heel, midfoot and arch, and there's plenty of room in the toe box too. That is welcome when you're running on trails, especially when you're going downhill. It is warm in the UK at the moment, coming towards the end of July. So yeah, about 20 degrees. And yeah, you know, that is a time when maybe your feet will overheat, but so far no overheating issues or drainage problems. You got a nice bumper at the front for those times, and they will happen when you bash your toes. Probably too early to talk about durability, but nothing is falling off or showing premature signs of wear and tear just yet. And like I mentioned earlier, the outsole is showing pretty much zero signs of wear. Design, yeah, you know, it's not all about the date, it's not all about the drop, the lug depth, what the sole is made from. Personally, yeah, for me at least, it is quite important. I do like the look of my shoe. I appreciate designers' subjective, so what I like, you might not like. But personally, yeah, I quite like the design, and also I like the black and grey colorway. I think it is very forgiving. Sometimes, you know, trail shoes can look old prematurely because, you know, of the colors, and we're all running through mud quite often. This black and white, yeah, like I said, very, very forgiving. Fair enough, you know, it's not got loads of wow factor. I don't think it's going to jump off the shelf in your local shop, or maybe if you're browsing online, I don't think you're going to go, wow, what is that shoe? But equally, it's not an ugly shoe either. As expected, the New Balance Hierro version 8 is a super versatile day-to-day go-to shoe. I think it is like the New Balance 1080 version 13 before the trail. So yeah, if you run on that shoe on the road, there's a good chance if you're looking for a go-to day in, day out trail shoe, then this is for you. And you know, for £140, I can't fault them. I did moan about the gusset and New Balance. If there's any way you can do it for £140, keep everything at that price point, that would be awesome. But like I said, the gusset is really my only issue, and for £140, that is definitely not going to stress me out too much. Like I mentioned, yeah, I've put a lot of miles in these, and because I think they are ace, probably not my race day shoe, I do get a bit obsessed. All the chat with my mates, you know, super shoes, super foam, super light. So for race day, yeah, I do end up going down that rabbit hole. No surprise, they've made it to my weekly shoe rotation. And if anything, if I'm honest, I should be more mindful and give them a rest because I constantly keep reaching for them. What are your thoughts? Are you a fan of previous models of the Hierro? Let me know in the comments below. Also super curious, what so far at least for 2024 has been your favorite trail running shoe? Thanks Veloforte for supporting this upload, and if you would like to try delicious award-winning bars, gels, protein shakes and chews, then pop over to Veloforte and you can enjoy 25% off your first order. And don't forget, Patreons, you can enjoy 25% off all of your orders over at Veloforte. I'll pop a link in the description. Finally, New Balance did send me these shoes to test, but they didn't ask me to do a review. They're not paying me, and more importantly, they've not checked this review before I upload it to YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, if you found it useful, then please give this video a like, share, and maybe subscribe to the channel. It is 100% free to subscribe to a YouTube channel, and it helps us loads. If you like trail running, there's a good chance you're going to enjoy the Tea and Trails podcast. Each week, Eddie Sutton and I have a right old natter about trail running, and we chat with some awesome guests too. So yeah, if you like running and you like the trails, you are gonna love it. That's it from me. You take care. See you next time.